Beloved tribe, welcome. We have a lot of new people here. I want to make sure that you feel welcome in this group. My name is Emily Potter, and I'm the director of the Million Kisses Foundation and the director of this tribe, the Lightworker Musicians Tribe. So I want to give you some news. This is an announcement that I am going to be working with 60 Lightworker musicians this year. I have a goal to get your music medicine out to the people and going the distance with you. So I'm going to be mentoring at least 60 of the Lightworker musicians that know that you get to work with me. So I want to first share with you a little bit about why that's important. So right now you're in a position where you're kind of wobbling. Maybe you want to go on tour, maybe that's something that you want to do in the future. And I was there. I was totally there. I had my comfortable job. I loved my job, except for that I had my soul's calling, call, that I had to get my music out there, except that I was comfortable in my job and I was scared that if I left my job, then what would I do for security? And I had all of the security and comforts, and I was adapting to the uncomfortability that I could just, I'm okay. But the music kept calling and the people asking for my music kept calling. And so the truth is I was dying inside. As comfortable as I was dying inside. So this is who I want to reach. Is if you're in that position, one of my mentors calls that the danger zone, because you're comfortable and yet you can adapt to staying in that place and slowly dying. That's the way that looks. And so I want to work with people, and I actually want to first share that there's all the different excuses that I see, and I saw them in myself as well. I actually want to name some of them. One of the main reasons why musicians are not getting their music to the people is because of money. Another one is because you have your job and you can't just leave your job, right? Number 3 is that you have kids, you have a family at home. Number 4 is that you don't have enough original music. So you can't go on tour because you have to write more songs to be able to get an actual concert ready. Number 5 is that you're not talented enough as a musician. You don't have the skill set. Okay, so I've seen all of those and I've experienced most of those myself, and I actually want to share with you, and I'm so passionate about this because I actually really know how powerful your music medicine is. And I know that your music medicine is actually more powerful than your insecurities and all your doubts. I know that, and it's time that you take action to know that too at the next level, because I know that people need it. Tribe, the earth needs your music medicine. The people need your music medicine. You need your music medicine, and it gets to be now with that space of urgency. So that's why I'm taking this challenge on. I'm going to be working with 60 Lightworker musicians this year, because I'm so passionate about this. If not now, then when? So in my own story, that all of those excuses that I gave you, I actually want to give you one tiny little tool with all of them, just to give you an example of how the excuses are not more powerful than your soul's purpose. Number 1, money. That's a really good, legitimate thing. You see your bank account and you see that you don't have enough. That's legitimate, okay? I'm not dishonoring that, except here's the thing, is that if you know my story at all, if you've done a little research on who I am, I went on tour, I quit my job, and I gave all of my music and all of my concerts for free, all within a gift economy model, which means that I gave without any obligation of return. Now, even if you decide not to do that, the reason why I did that is because I knew even 4 years ago when I started this, my own tour, that I was going to be working with people so that especially Lightworker musicians, to get them to overcome money as the main barrier. So I was very purposeful. So I gave everything for free, knowing that the Lightworker musicians after me would not have to do that. But even if you did, you would still be more powerful than your bills. Your soul's purpose is always more powerful than your bills. And so with my own experience, I have gotten to the other side of that as a barrier. Number 2, your job. Okay, so you can't just quit your job. You don't feel good about doing that. There are ways around that too. You get to go on weekend tours. You can this is exactly what I did. I had a couple weeks leave every year, and so I'd save up my leave days, and I would go on tour. I took myself on a tour up and down the West Coast. I would go on across the state, whatever made sense to get my music out there. And it was just like, I was just doing like these mini experimental things. So I didn't actually have to do the big leap yet. I was preparing for the big leap, but going on those mini tours is a way to overcome that as a barrier, because then you start to really feel secure in knowing this is what I want to do. This is what my heart is calling me to do. Number 3, you have kids. You can't just take off. Well, there's 3 different ways to overcome that, and I'm going to share just one. So first of all, I want to share when I talk to my clients, one of the best things we could possibly do for the children that are rising on this planet is to show them a model of what it looks like to live your dreams. The children get to know this, that this is the culture of our global family, is that we are not going to be stuck in the matrix. We're not going to just say, oh, I have to just work for my keep and I have to be enslaved. No, you're sharing with your children that in our world as a global culture of humans, we follow and pursue our dreams. That's the norm. So it's the best model you can do, is to actually live your dream and live what you know that your heart is calling you to do. So one of the things that you can do is take a nanny with you on the tour. Okay, so fascinatingly, I actually was that nanny for an artist of mine. She knew that she got to go to Israel, and she brought me along. It was a very cheap and affordable way for her to have one of her best friends on her trip with her, and I had these 2 little children that I got to do the nannying for, and it was just really fun. And I had actually other people who do that as well, so that you can have childcare, you can have that partner with you. Especially if you're a single mom or a single dad, you can have someone with you as you go, showing your children what it looks like for their mom or their dad to live their dreams. That's the bigger one. Of course, you can have someone staying home with your kids. I mean, there's just so many ways to overcome this as an excuse. I have you consider not making your kids an excuse. Okay, they chose you as their parent, and you have this as your heart's calling. So it does match up. It does match up. Number 4, you don't have enough music to go on tour. Okay, well, I can only tell you my own experience with that, is that I only had 10 songs, and I only knew 7 chords when I first started. 7 chords and 10 songs, and they all had the same chords. But see, that again is, I didn't make that an excuse. And, oh, that's my phone. And then the last one, I get so excited about this because it's so possible for you, and I just have nothing more passionate that I want to say today. Number 5 is that you're not talented enough. You're not good enough to go on tour. Okay, well, I can totally relate to that one because that was one of my main insecurities. And not only did I let that be my reason for not going for years, I actually even had a close relationship tell me that I wasn't good enough to go. So I had a lot to overcome there. And I'll share with you once more that you and your heart's calling will continue to call despite all of your insecurities. So it's a good idea to consider surrendering to your heart's purpose instead of surrendering to the insecurities. It might be time for that. Okay, I just got a lot out. I've been really excited about this video, especially because I'm so clear now in what I want to dedicate my year to doing. I'm going to be working with 60 Lightworker musicians to help you get out of your own way and get yourself on tour. You can choose the local, national, or world tour, whatever you want, because I'm ready to go the distance. So what you need is a strategy. You need to get a strategy. You need to get out of your own way. You need to make yourself look as professional as possible. And if you want to explore, I am actually going to be offering that as one of the tools, as you can private message me and you can see if you qualify to be one of the 60 that I'll be working with this year. So thank you for all the love. You guys are really wonderful. I'm ready for you to get out of your own way so that I can receive your music medicine as part of the world. And I'm ready for you to take yourself to the next level as a world changer. Okay, lots of love to you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.